while since I've done one of these. A couple of years, I think, in fact. Thought I'd start a little video because I'm doing something a bit different. I'm here at Le Mans. You might have heard of it. Fairly famous race circuit in France. They do a big race every year. It goes on for a day or so. And I am in the driver's seat of something rather special. It's a Le Mans racing car, a 1929 Blower Bentley, which is pretty cool. Not my car. Belongs to one of my business partners, Martin. He can't make it this weekend because he's at the Festival of Speed, and I'm here at Classic Days Le Mans. The car is, unbeknown to me until I arrived, the poster car for this event. So Martin's very kindly asked me to drive it over, and of course I obliged. So here I am, about to do some laps. Thought you'd want to have a look. Enjoy. Bugatti, Delahaye, Bugatti. I'm really sorry, I have no idea what that is. Look at this. I'll show you the car. Probably a good time to do it, isn't it? So as I say, 1929 Blower Bentley. Blower Bentley means supercharger. This is the supercharger on the front here. Look at this lineup of cars. I'm going to have a quick walk through, show you. Here's Simon. Right, here's our backup convoy. Look at the crowds though, look. People. I'll tell you what, it's hot here. Look at this. On the circuit, grandstands full of people, and we've got a convoy of cars coming up to join the queue. I'll just show you where I am again. Is that Brian May? Anyway, hang on, let's go through these guys. I wonder what the insurance payout would be if all this went up in flames. Ta-da! Front row, yeah! Can you tell I'm a bit excited? It's quite good though, isn't it? Let's be honest. Bloody hot here. I don't know why I'm speaking like a 1920s Bentley driver. Bloody hot here. My God, I say. That's what you have to do, isn't it? Right, anyway, as you were. Alright, now we're going. Magneto. Fuel pressure. pass these Bugattis? I think so. Too bad, was it? Right, see you in a bit. So here we are at the Hotel de France, morning after the activities at Le Mans, and I have now got the task of driving the blower home. So I thought I'd show you the starting procedure, how we run these things and how we turn them on. I've done the most important prep of all, which is putting that on, despite the fact that I've got olive skin. Turns out I'm not allergic to cancer, so I pop a bit of the old sun cream on. It seems bizarre to be saying this, but I kind of wish it wasn't as sunny as it is, because it is bloody hot. But anyway, starting procedure of a 1929 Blower Bentley. So the first thing we do is we give the beast some power, electricity. Obviously there are more security features on the car than what I'm doing, but I can't show you everything. So this is the fuel tank. Fuel goes down to the front of the car, which is where the engine is, obviously. Fuel goes in here. The only way we can check the fuel is by physically having a look, and I have got some, so that's good. What we now need to do is manually charge or prime the fuel tank. The reason we do that is because there is no electronic fuel pump on this. We have to physically put pressure into the tank in the form of a bar. So what we do is we use this lever here, and we pump and pump and pump and pump and pump. It takes a while. And what we want is 1 bar. And there, I'm happy with that, 1 bar, perfect. So once we've done that, we need to tickle the carburetors. And we use a special thing for that, very technical tool. It's called a tickle stick, which is here. That's our tickle stick, and what we do is we walk to the front of the car, we poke it through the top, just like this, and we just tickle the carbs with all that fuel pressure we built up until the petrol squirts out the top, just like that. So that way we know that we've got fuel from the tank going along the lines into the carbs at the front. Simple as that. Plop that back in its little high-tech cubby hole. Now it's the fun bit. So once we've primed the fuel, turned the power on, tickled the carbs, we hop in. Now, we have to constantly monitor what this pressure is doing, even when driving along. Now, there is no ignition key as such. A bit like an old fighter plane, we have magnetos. So we have 2 magnetos, which we switch up and up. That's our handbrake out here. Under here is our pedals. That is the clutch, just like you would expect to see. That is the accelerator in the middle, and that is the foot brake. Yeah, so accelerator, brake, clutch, not really what we're used to. As for the gearbox, it's a pretty normal to see, or to be expected, H-pattern gearbox. So first, second, foot on the clutch, third, and fourth. And in reverse, we have a little hook that we pull up and pull down like that. So it's physically impossible to accidentally put it into reverse. But that's it, H-pattern 4-speed gearbox, and a handbrake there. Anyway, starting up, so magnetos are on. We have fuel pressure. These 2 little things here are supercharger oilers. So this is the Blower Bentley, which means it's got the supercharger on the front. We've got an F for front and an R for rear. The front of the supercharger and the back of the supercharger have its own lubricating system, and that's these little drips of oil. So when the engine's running, you'll see that you'll get a drip of oil that comes through here every second. And then what we do is we tweak this just with tiny little movements as we drive along, because obviously as the engine gets hotter, oil gets thinner, it will run slightly faster, so we have to regulate that. So you'll see as I'm driving along how that works. Anyway, here's the exciting bit. We are in neutral. I'm going to put my foot on the clutch just as precaution, hit the big starter button. I'm going to catch the starter with the throttle. Here we go. We'll just do a quick precautionary look around. There we are. That's it. So here's our tacho. Tell us how many revolutions per minute we've got. Oil pressure, very important we keep our eye on that just to make sure we've got enough pressure at all times. We have temperatures here, so this is water temperature. We have to monitor this, make sure that once the water temperature goes up to 75, we've got an electronic fan, which is just down here. It's the switch we pull down, like that. But the fan depletes the battery power faster than it charges, so that means that we have to really monitor that and make sure that we're only putting the fan on when we absolutely need it, because when we're driving along, obviously we don't want to discharge the battery, because every time we start the car it uses a lot of power. Thermometer for the oil, so we keep an eye on the oil temperature. There's our fuel tank pressure, which is very important, and of course our speedo, which is all the way over here, because that's not a priority. Obviously your priority is looking at revs, oil, temperatures, and of course amps up here. So when we're running things like headlights and fans, yeah, you'll see those amps go right down, so we have to watch those. Here's the supercharger oilers, as I pointed out. So that's a fairly good drip rate at the moment. This one's just about perfect, maybe a tad too fast. As I say, we can open and close these valves just to speed things up, just with one tiny click. So, that's how you start the Blower Bentley. I'm going to pop you on my head now, because I've got you on a head strap thing. I'm a bit greasy because the sunscreen I've just put on. But let me pop you on my head, and we'll drive out. Oh, it looks lovely. Makes my hair look great, doesn't it? Now, power steering is not something we have. So, now the other thing to remember with this car is we have a little contraption here that we put on the handbrake, because every time we push the foot brake, the handbrake goes on, and of course that means it has a tendency to lock, because it's a ratchet. So we pop the cable ties up so that it falls back. Anyway, we're in first gear, clutch is down, let's get out into the square. Let's pop it into reverse. Steering is quite heavy. There we are. That's it, then we're off. Everyone gets out of the way. So I'm going to pull it up here, do some final checks, and then hit the road. See you in a bit. On my way home, thought I'd treat myself to bacon grill wrap. It was horrible. These are quite nice though. I think the Bentley takes the prize for the best place to sit and have lunch. Got like a bench. These bench wankers. Hi. Right, I've just put some fuel in. I always wonder if I'm allowed to film whilst doing things like fuel. Put £75 in. Obviously got no fuel gauge, so I don't really know if that's going to get me there, but I think it will. Right, magnetos on, fire in the hole. Happy days. I still instinctively look for a seatbelt, which I don't have. Force of habit. I also don't have a phone holder, but I have collected my ear defenders, and I hope you won't think any less of me, but my god, this thing, when you're up and running, the wind noise is ridiculous. I thought I was used to driving cars that get looks and thumbs up. Not in a million years. This thing gets more attention than anything I've ever driven. Second gear, we're in. That's a nightmare. This car is not designed for sitting in traffic at passport control, that is for sure. Also, the headlights are on, can you tell? Because I can't. Well, I thought I'd end this one with a bit of at-home voiceover. The main reason for that is, well, I didn't really remember to film an outro. So by the time I got to the end destination, it was late and I was just so tired it all kind of just ran away from me. By all means, let me know in the comments below if you've enjoyed it and if you'd like to see more of this sort of thing. I have got a fair heap of GoPro footage that I could potentially work through, see what else I could dig out for you on the YouTubes. And yeah, I guess I'd like to apologise for the consistently shoddy production and audio, wind noise, etc, etc. I'm by no means a pro, but hey, I guess if you've made it this far, you're probably not as bothered as I am. Thanks very much for watching, do take care, peace and love, see you soon.